Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm not heeding a warning, or heeding a warning, but trying to pay attention to it. This is framed by Tallcat, which I have been told is very tricky, but that I should love it. So, yay! One of my testers said to me that this is a puzzle I should absolutely look at, and it would be right up my alley, or at least would be excellent for the channel, but also that I might want to wait until some hints had been written or something. No, I'm jumping in. If I get stuck, I get stuck, and then I might have to go get that hint, but I want to give this a try. What else is going on? Don't know. I don't think I've got anything else to say. If this is going to be a long one, let's jump straight into the puzzle. We have normal Sudoku rules framed by Tallcat. Tallcat was one of the early setters I had on the channel. So, I think I did my first Tallcat puzzle over 1,100 videos ago. And that's just daily videos. That's not including any of the bonus packs or stuff. So very long time. Anyway, let's look. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. These lines are between lines, and digits on the line must be between the two circles. The two filled circles. Hang on. Cells along lines between two filled circles must have values between between those in the circles. So the digits on here must be strictly between the values in the circles. Quadruples, digits in white circles, which is these ones, must be present in at least once in the cell the two clue touches. So there must be at least one in those 5 cells, in those 4 cells. There must be a 5 and a 6 in those 4 cells. It may be possible for both of those to be 5. That would fulfill the rule as long as one of those was a 6. But there must be at least one 5 and one 6 in those 4 cells. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. I'm getting weird effects when I highlight. Did you notice? I don't know if it's popping up, but when I was highlighting these 4 cells, I was getting white boxes and stuff. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, this is standing out to me because you can never put a 1 on a between line. So the way of thinking of the digits on a between line is the digits in the circles, 1 must be lower than all of the digits on the line, and 1 must be higher than the digits on all the line. So if I put a 1 in here, one of these would have to be lower than 1, and that doesn't work. So 1 is in one of those two. So 1 is in one of those 3 cells, and so, okay, 9 is in one of those 2. Right. So these are 1 and 9. Well, actually, no, that's not true. 1 is in one of these 2, and 9 is in one of those 2. Because where can I put 1 in this column? I can't put it on the line, and I can't put it there. So 1 is in one of those 2, and in this column, 9 is in one of those 2. But 9 can't go there. And 8 can't go there because 8 is around here. I was told this is tricky and nothing is jumping out at me as to what is going on. If 2 goes on this line, one of these needs to be... What is going on? If 2 goes on the line, one of these needs to be 1. If 7 goes on this line, one of these needs to be 8 or 9. That can't be 9. It could be 8 if I put 8 in either of those 2, which would make that a 9. Which would put 9 in one of those. I can see 4 is in one of those. Okay, so something with these between lines. Now, there's 3 digits on all of these between lines, which... There's something going on here for sure. Right, these digits are a bit weird because there are 6 digits in that column. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is quite restricted. Because if this was, say, a 4, what can this be? So by Sudoku right now, it can be anything from 2 through 9. But if this was, say, a 5, what would these be? Now, a 5 actually might work because I could go up to a 9 here and down to a 1 here. So 5 might work. 6 might be a problem, though. Because if this is a 6, what can I put on these lines? Because I couldn't put 7, 8, 9 on a line. And so they'd all have to be below 6. Because if I went 6, 7, 8, I'd have to include a 4. And then the 7 and the 8... Yeah, if this is a 6, these all have to be lower than 6. Because I can't go up. And I can't make all of those lower than 6. So this can't be a 6. I don't think it could be a 7. Because again, I'd have to go down. And these would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can't be a 7, but it might be able to be an 8, you know. Because 8, with these being 2 through 7, and wherever the 2 is, I put the 1, which would be here. So the 2 would be down here. So this might be able to be an 8. And if I put a 3 down, say I put a 4 here, these would all have to go up. 5, 6, 7, actually that doesn't work. This can't be a 4. Because 4, I couldn't go down because I'd need 3, 2, 1. I couldn't go up because 5, 6, because they're all different. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't work. And I can't go 4, 3, 2, 1 on one side. And I can't split them. So this can't be a 4, because if I split them, how would I do it? Let's treat it individually. If I went down on one side, it doesn't work. So each side would have to go up. But I could go up on one side, but I couldn't go up on both. So it can't be a 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be a 3 either. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 could work. So this is 2, 5, 8, or 9. This is very strange. And this cell is going to have a similar property, except it can't be 9. So I think it's going to be the reverse of this. If this was 4, these couldn't go down, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't work. It can't be 4. If it's 5, I could go in each direction, which is what I could do here. Now, if this is 1, I could just go up, and these could be high digits. If it's 2, I could just go up. If it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, doesn't work, and I can't go down on either side. It can't be 3. If it's 6, I can't go 7, 8, 9, so I have to go down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it doesn't work. It can't be 6, and I don't think it can be 7, because I can't go up. I'd have to go down on either side, so I'd have to go down on both sides. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I can't put 1 on it. So this is 1, 2, 5, 8, which is the opposite of those. And it can't be 8 because of this quadruple. This is 1, 2, or 5. If it's 5, one of these goes down, 4, 3, 2. The other one goes up, 6, 7, 8. And this is a 1, and this is a 9. So if this is a 5, this is a 1, this is a 9. That makes this a 1. I don't know what that does, but that seems really powerful. Doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it? But this is now restricted. Because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this has to be 5 or higher. If this is 2, this has to be 6 or higher. And if this is 5, this is 1. No, it can't be 1. because the 1 would be here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because if this is 5, one of these goes down, one of these goes up, but I can't put the 9 here. So this has to be the 1 and this has to be the 9. So this is from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what's this? Could that also be a high digit? I'm literally just going to put everything in. If this was a 9, 9, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 5, it could be. If it was 8, we might have a problem though. If this was 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, this can't be an 8. There's no 2 digits I can put here that have 3 digits between them. This can't be an 8. If this is 7, there's no 2 digits that have 3 between them. 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't work. 5 to 9 with 6, 7, 8 could work. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that does work. I couldn't have used 6 anyway. So that pushes this down. I'm wondering whether these have to all be 1 and 9, but I can't see how to prove that yet. But does that cause an issue here? No, because I've still got the 9 issue happening. Like if this is 8, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's actually not causing a problem, is it? But is this also now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this is a 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, that works. 2 doesn't have anything with 3 digits between it. 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't work. It can't be 2. 3 doesn't have anything with digits between it. 4 doesn't have anything with 3 digits. 4, 3, 2, 1 is the closest you get. But this one could be a 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, and all of those work. So you end up with this situation. But these could all, but now I've got to think about those together. Like if one of these is a 6 and this is say a 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, what could this be? If this is a 6, this would have to be from 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is a 6, this is from 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a 1 or a 2. But if this is a 1 or a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doesn't work. If this is a 6, holy cow, what is going on? If this is a 6, this is a 1 or a 2. But 6 is forcing these to be 5 or lower, but then these are forced to be 7 or lower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Does that work? 1. It might, you know, if that's a 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Actually, it could work. But there's got to be a high-low pressure happening here. Because again, there's got to be 3 digits to all of these. These 3-digit pressures. There's always got to be at least a 3-digit difference. And these columns, remember 9 is in one of those 2 and 1 is in one of these 3. 1 is in one of those 2 and 9 is in one of those 3. Now if 9 isn't here, that's not 9. Because I end up with an X-wing on 9s in those positions. Similarly, if 1 isn't here, I end up with an X-wing on 1s, and that can't be a 1. This is a little crazy. And I'll bet you there's something incredibly obvious that's staring me in the face that I'm not seeing. Can I put 2? Yeah, I can put 2 on this. If I put 2 on this, this has to be a 1. Can I put 7 on this? Only if that's an 8. No, that's not true. This could be an 8 or a 9. If I put 2 here, this is a 1. Is there a problem with that being a 1? It would put 1 in one of those two. And it would specifically put... No. If this is a 1, in this column the 1 would go here, and then in this column the 1 would go here. Those would all be 1s. Well, hang on. This can't be a 1. Oh, that was way more obvious. This can't be a 1. Because where is 1 in this top row? It can't be in here because of the 1 quadruple, and it can't be on the line. 1 is in one of those 3 cells. This is not a 1. So now, this can't be a 5. No, hang on, 5, 6... No, this can't be a 5. Because if this is a 5, 4, 3, 2 needs that to be a 1, 6, 7, 8 needs that to be a 9. It doesn't work. That can't be a 5. This is a 1 or a 2. If that's a 2, and it can't be a 2. If this is a 2, where is the 2 around that quadruple? If this is a 2, the 2 around that quadruple forces the 2 onto the line. That's a 1. Which has done remarkably little for me. 9 is up here because 9 is down here and 9 is in here because I can't put 9 on the line. So 9 is in one of those 3. But now 1 is in one of those. One can't be in any of those cells because of the 1 quad. It can't be there. It can't be there. 1 is in one of those 2, taking 1 out of there. Now, 9, I don't have the same thing because that's not yet forced to be a 9. In fact, these are a minimum. 1 in this column now is here or here. 1 in this column now. Actually, where's 1 in this column? I can't put it here. I can't put it here. This is a 1. So 1 is right here. Because I can't put 1 in those cells. I can't put 1 in those cells. I can't put 1 on a line. And I can't have 3 digits between 1 and 1. That is a 1. That's not a 1. That's the 1. 1 is in one of those 3 cells. That's not a huge deduction. I don't have the same pressure with 9s yet, and I'm not sure why. I think it's this 8 clue, but I could be wrong. This can't be a 7. If this was a 7, the 7 wouldn't be here and it'd be forced onto the line. This is not a 7. It's the same trick. That's a really nice trick. I like that trick. 9 is not here. 9 is in one of those. But it could be there and there, I think. Ooh, this is mean. So these are from 2 through 7. 9 is in one of those 2. 9 is in one of those 2. 6 is in one of those. That doesn't look like it, does it? If I put 8 here, this is a 9, but I do have lots of other places for 8. If this is a 9, that's a 9. If this is a 5... Actually, does that reduce the ability? If one of those is 6, one of those has to be really high, because the minimum here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these has to be an 8 or a 9. One of those has to be an 8 or a 9. So if that's an 8, one of those is an 8 or a 9. But I can't... This... Well, this can't be 1 or 9. 5, 6, 7... So how could this be 5? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 doesn't work. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't work. This can't be 5. And 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't work. This has to go down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This is 2, 3, or 4 only. Which means this can't be a 2 anymore. Because if this was a 2, the maximum difference would mean all these have to be 3. This isn't a 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. This can't be a 5. This is an 8 or a 9. 8, 7, 6, 5 does give me the leeway I want. But this is now 8 or 9, which means this can't be 9. This is cray-cray. It's beautiful though, isn't it? So these are from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's no 5. 4 would need these to be 5, 6, 7, and they can't be. This isn't a 4. This is only a 2 or a 3. If there's a 3 here, this is 4, 6, 7. If there's a 6 here, hang on, if there's a 6 here, 5, 4, 3 doesn't work because I can't put a 5 on the line. That's an 8. Which means this isn't an 8. But now these, well, that puts an 8 in one of those two. Can that still be an 8? If that's an 8, that's a 9. If that's an 8, that's a 9. One of those two is a 9. And I don't know what that's doing. It says that cell there and that cell there cannot be 9. Woohoo. Okay. So these are from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 and 9. Well, we know 9 is in one of those two. If that's the 9, that's an 8. And what does that do? We know 8 is down here. So 8 is up here with 9. Three, 4, 6, 7. There's no 4 there. If this is a 3, this is 4, 6, 7. 3 would be down here. This is a 2. 2 is down here. And then 2 is up here. So there's a 2 or a 3 up there, but... These are from 3 through 8. So, 2 is one of those two. because I can't put 2 on this line anymore because I need to put a 1 at the end. So 2 is in one of those two because 2 can't go in those or in those. So 2 is in one of those two. Oh, where is 2 in this column? That, I think, is a 2-9 pair. Because I can't put 2 on any of those lines because none of those could be 1. So 2 can't go on any of those lines, and I can't put 9 on a line. Those are a 2-9 pair. That's cool. If I could get rid of that 9. That is a 2-9 pair. Can I do anything with it? If that's a 9, that's a 2. But that being a 9 gives me more freedom on this line. Hang on, there is an 8 on one of these lines now. Because there's no 1, so I can't put 2. There must be an 8 on one of these lines. And I can't... Therefore, one of these has to be a 9. That is a 9. That is a 2. That is a 9. And there is an 8 in one of those two. Right. Now 9 in this column is there, and this can't be a 9. So this can't be an 8. That's the 8. This is so good. Now, there must be an 8 on this. One of these must be a 2 because there must be a 3 on one of those lines. So one of those must be a 2. So this can't... Oh, hang on. 2 is in here and in here. This isn't the 2, but 2 must be in one of those because there must be a 3 on one of these lines. That's a 2. And the 3 is in here. But that means that's not the 2, that's the 2. So 2 isn't in either of those. 2 is in one of those two, which is putting 2 in one of those. No, 2 is here in one of those two. The reason I'm not putting 2 here is this 2 is knocking 2 out of those. So 2 is in one of those two, so that can't be a 2. 2 is in one of those two. Six is in one of those two now, so that's not a 6. But hang on a minute. If this is 5, the maximum difference here is 2. This can't be a 5. This is a 7. 6, 5, 4, 3. This is 4, 5, 6. That's a 3. This is 4, 5, 6. With the 6 here, that puts 6 in one of those two. Isn't this amazing? So these are known. 3, 7, and 8. There's no 3 there. There's no 7 in either of those. That's the 7. This is a 3, 8 pair. The 8 is looking down, making that the 3 and that the 8. Unfortunately, every digit that can be in here, because these are 2, 4, 5, and 6, all of which can go between 1 and 7. These are 2, 4, 5. These are 2, 4, and those are 2, 4, 5, 6. But all of 2, 4, 5, 6 can go between 1 and 7. But the 7 is definitely up here. But I don't know enough about that. But I've got all... The fact that I've got all of these is amazing, isn't it? This can't be a 7. Because of the quad. 7 is in one of those two. That can't be a 7. 7 is in one of those two. This could be 3, 4, 6. That's not a 4. 3 is in one of these. 4. 9 in this box. No, that's not it. 2 is in one of those. Not sure about the 8. 3 is in one of... Right, 3 is in one of those two. That can't be a 3 because 3 is in one of those two. This is 4 or 6. I'm getting somewhere. But everything is now possible. Every digit that needs to go in this column can go there. Every digit that needs to go... Except there must be a 7 up here. There's no 7 down here is the only thing. So that can't be a 7. The 3 is up here is the only other restriction I've got. But it's in one of those. So now... Oh, hang on. 9 and 9. That's a 9. So 9 is in one of those 3. What are these? 4, 5, 6, and 8. There's no 6 there. But all of that is possible on this line. And these are 2, 4, 5, 6. So there must be a 7 in here. There must be a 3 in here. 2, yeah, that's the only thing I know. 3 and 7 are locked in there. I know 1 is locked in here. But 2 could go in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. I know 9 is in here. 1 and 9 are both locked in there. Can I do more? No. This is so cool. So it's got to be these quadruples, I think. Three. Oh. 2 is in one of those 2 in this row. 5? No. I mean, maybe. And 8 I've already got over there. Three is in one of those 2. Can that be a 3? I don't see why not. This would be 4, 6, 7. And that would work. At least I think it does. There's a 9 in one of those 2. But there's a 9 in one of those 2. Wow, this hasn't got easier, has it? Okay, this is done. The 3 is in one of those 3 cells. But if I put it here, I can put it in one of those. If I put it here, it's in one of those. Similarly, the 7 is in one of those. If I put the 7 there, it's there. If I put the 7 there, I don't really know anything. It puts the 7 in one of those 2. 2 being in one of those. If that's a 7, that's a 7. These become 2 and 8. Or, sorry, if this is a 7, that's a 7. This would become 8 and 2. Eight. I'm not seeing anything there. I have to put 3 and 4 around there. All I know is 3. Oh, 3 is in there. That's not a 3. 7 is not there. 7 is in one of those 2 because of the 7 looking down here, because 7 has to be in one of those 2. So it can't be there. Or else 7 would have to be in there and that would break this quadruple. 4 is in one of those. 4 is in one of those two. If that's a 4, that's a 4. Then 4 would be there, and this would be 3, 6, 7. If that's a 4, 4 is in one of those two. And then I could put 4 here, and this isn't forced to be 3, 6, 7. I am quite lost. Am I right at this point? Yes. So why am I still why do I keep getting windows flashing up? Excuse me for 1 second. This may interrupt the... I don't know why I keep getting windows flashing up when I'm highlighting stuff. It's really disconcerting. These are from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These columns feel like they've done their work. All I know is 7 is in there. Can I do more with 1s and stuff? I don't think I can. 1s and 9s seem to have done their trick. Oh, to get here and be stuck. So this is 5, 6, 7, or 8, which doesn't do much, does it? Because it's from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to be between 3 and 9, and it can't be a 4. That is a really bad and useless pencil mark. 7 in this box is in one of those. Oh! And 7 in this box is in one of those. So 7 is in one of those 3, but it's not there. Holy cow! 3, 7 puts 7 in one of those. Well, let's look at the 7. 7 can't be in those, so it's in one of those. 7 can't be in those, so it's in one of those. So 7 is in one of those because I can't put it there or there. Yeah, 7 is in one of those because I can't put it in those. So 7 is in one of those. The 7s here are looking down, but because of this 7, 7 is in one of those two. That can't be the 7. That's the 7, and now I can't put 7 in any of those. That's the 7. 3 has to now be in one of those two, because I can't put 3 there and I can't put 3 there. So 3 is in one of those two, but because of this 3, 3 can't go there. 3 is in one of those two, which means that can't be the 3. That's the 3. Now I can't put 3 in any of those. That's the 3, which means the only place I could put 2 in this box now is there, because I can't put 2 here. So 2 is in one of those two, which means the 2 is restricted to there, and that is the 8. Holy cow. These quads are insane. Can that be a 9? Yes. This isn't the 3 now. This is the 3, and this is a 2, 8 pair, meaning that's not a 1. That's the 1. This is a 5, 6 pair. 4 is in one of those two. This 2, 8 takes 8 out of there. Now 7 had to be on this line. That's not it. And 3 had to be on this line, but it can't be there now. This 3 takes 3 out of both of those. This is a 4, 6, 7 triple. So that's the 7, that's not the 7. And these are 1, 5, 9. Which means that's not the 1, that's the 1, that's not the 9, that's the 9. How beautiful is that? The 8 is looking down, making that the 2 and that the 8. This is a 4, 5, 6 triple, so there's no 5 there. This has to be a 1 or a 9 to complete the column. There's a 2. These are 1, 2, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 1 or 9 there, so that's a 2 or an 8. Oh, and the 2 is looking down, making that the 8. These are 1, 2, 9, and this can't be a 2. So that's a 1, 9 pair. That's the 2, and that's the 1, 9 pair. This is 1, 5, 6, or 9. But the 2 here is taking 2 out of here. This is a 4, 5, taking 4, 5 out of there. This is 2, 6. Something comes, the 8 comes out of there. This is 4, 5. So the 4, 5 comes out of there. This is 6, 8. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are from 4, 5, 6, and the 4, 6 makes that the 5, which makes that the 8. The 5 makes that the 6, which makes that the 4. These are 3, 4, and 7, all of which can go on the line. There must be a 3 on this line, but it still could be 4, 7, 3, 3, I think. Where is the 8 in this column? It has to be down here, and it can't be there. That's the 8, that's the 6. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 9 in one of those two, which I still haven't locked in, have I? But this is a 5, 6 pair now. So these are 1, 8, and 9. Well, the 8 takes the 8 out of there. So 8 is in one of those. Oh, the 1 takes the 1 out of those. That's an 8, 9 pair. That's the 1, so that's the 9, and that's not the 9. Is this one of the most magical puzzles you've seen in ages? Or is it just me? 1, 2, so these are 3, there must be a 6 in one of those two. So where's 6 in this column? It's in one of those two. One of those two is a 4. Well, there's no 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. These are from 4, 5, 7. Must contain a 5. The 7 is looking up saying that's not a 5. Sorry, not a 7. Do the right thing. There must be a 7 on this line, but that hasn't been narrowed down yet, has it? 3? I still haven't got it locked in, do I? Ah, this is a 5 because I need a 5 around the quadruple. So this is the 6, this is the 5, this is the 6. That looks like making that the 4, which makes that the 7, taking the 7 out of those. That's a 3, 4 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 go into those. So there's no 7 there. The 4 makes that the 5. These are 2 and 3 now. The 3 is looking up, making that the 2 and that the 3. Oh, this puzzle is beautiful. And it's still not locked in. The 7 is in one of those two. Three. Okay, I've got the 2, 8. I've got the 5, 6. I don't have a 5 around that quadruple. That's the 5. That looks down, making that the 6, taking the 6 out of those. This is a 4, 5. The 5 is looking down, making that... Hang on. I think I just had a terrible feeling I did that wrong. The 5 looks down, making that the 6, taking 6 out of those. The 5 is looking... No, I hadn't done it wrong. I just had this terrible feeling and I wanted to double check my work. That's the 4. That's the 6. The 8 makes that the 9 and that the 8, which makes that the 1 and that the 9, which makes that the 1 and that the 9. I'm getting there, aren't I? 2 is in one of those two. 3 is in one of those two. 4, this is a 2-4 pair. I've got to put 2 and 4 in this box. So this is a 2-4 pair. So this is the 3. And I can remove those corner marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7, which makes this the 6, this the 7, which makes that the 2 and that the 6. The 2 makes that the 4 and that the 2, which makes that the 5 and that the 4. There's no 7 here. This is 5, 6 for the row. The 6 looks up, making that the 5 and that the 6, which makes that the 4 and that the 5. The 4 looks up, making that the 3 and that the 4. This box now only needs 2 more digits, which are 3 and 7. Yes! And I'm still getting these pop-up windows. I think you can see it. There's these grey and... there's these grey boxes that you can see here and here. And I'm not sure where they're coming from. If I mouse over them, they kind of disappear. It's very weird. I have no idea what's causing them. But anyway, the puzzle rendered okay, and that's what matters. Cheers, everyone. That was genius. That was absolutely beautiful and required quite a bit of solid deduction. This puzzle was one of my testers got permission from Tallcat for me to do it, posted it to me saying, I will write up a proper submission and everything. I saw the puzzle, saw it was Tallcat and said, I'm going to try this before I get the full submission. Sometimes I do that. And they said, oh, okay, it might be a bit tricky. It was tricky, but I loved it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm really glad I jumped on this one. Thanks everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this puzzle. Yeah, really, really good. Thanks everyone. And as always, good luck with your solving.